Hi everyone! Today we will be learning about the punctuated equilibrium theory. This is your classmate, Maria Sandoval. What is punctuated equilibrium theory, you may ask? Well, punctuated equilibrium theory, or PET's goal is to explain a simple observation. This theory aims to explain why public policies tend to be characterized by long periods of stability punctuated by short periods of radical change. Stasis, which is defined as a period or state of inactivity or equilibrium, is the typical characteristic of most policy areas. But, like life, policy process has a period that disrupts that stasis. Stability and change are key elements of the policy process. Most models explain stability or change, but punctuated equilibrium addresses both, and that's what makes this theory so unique. The theory's historical background starts in the 1990s. PET was developed in the 1990s to explain policymaking in the United States. Since then, it has evolved and it can be applied to a broader set of governments, not just the American system. Punctuated equilibrium theory was derived from the biology sector and developed and modified to fit the policy process. This theory has been linked to evolutionary biology. The roots of punctuated equilibrium theory are much closer to the study of complex systems rather than evolutionary biology. The study of complex systems can be defined as the study of interactions in systems that create unpredictability. Further in the presentation, we will be discussing the developments that have broadened punctuated equilibrium theory to incorporate a general theory of information processing. To better explain the theoretical framework, linking PET to complex systems helps us establish the following. Complexity in political systems can be defined as a destabilizing event, and unaddressed injustices, other political processes which result in change in the normal process of equilibrium and the status quo. That change in the status quo can in return give us either negative or positive feedback. Negative feedback will dampen down activities, and positive feedback will reinforce those activities. This process leads to change and opens the opportunity for policy equilibrium, or change. The way that I understand this theory is to think about a road on which you are driving on. You've been driving on a smooth straight path at 55 miles per hour. This is our stasis. All of a sudden, a deer crosses the road. You are not able to brake your car or swerve, thus you crash, which is the disruption. The deer dies, and this crash can either cause positive or negative feedback. PET has been generalized and it now incorporates a theory of information processing, but the theory fails to deal with incorporating new information. PET extends by placing the policy process on a dual foundation of institutions, and for our case, political institutions, and is bounded by rational decision making. There is an emphasis on two elements of the policy process: issue definition and agenda setting. Public discourse defines the issues, and when they fall into the public agenda, existing policies are reinforced or questioned. This regained attention reinforces and creates obstacles to a big change. To avoid these obstacles, it is important to question policies at the most fundamental levels. Questioning policies at fundamental levels creates an opportunity that was not present before.